Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Life, and my next guest is Alistair Pugin, and we will be a Microsoft MVP and Azure expert to discuss the upcoming Azure Bootcamp in South Africa 2025. Now, this immersive hands-on event promises to be an exciting opportunity for tech professionals, students, and enthusiasts alike to explore the latest in Microsoft and Azure technologies. Now, with live demonstrations, interactive sessions, and practical exercises, we will learn more about this bootcamp and discover the incredible value it offers. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Life, and welcome.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly. Welcome to Prime Life.
Fantastic. Great to be here. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, as a Microsoft MVP and a cloud expert, can you give us a sneak peek into the topics and skills that will be covered at the bootcamp?
Oh, typically, we cater for between 4 and 5 main streams that we look after. So infrastructure, which is core Azure, most of the discussions is around that. We do application innovation, which is for the developers out there. We want to learn about, coding skills and things like that. We then have security, focusing on cybersecurity, which is quite a big topic, not only locally in South Africa, but globally. And then also data platform. And in today's world, we have to talk about artificial intelligence. And you're probably going to see that each of our typical streams that people would normally go into, there's going to be sprinklings and flavors of artificial intelligence, agents, how to build agents, because the world is going to be taken over and it's going to disrupt every industry. Doesn't matter if you're in marketing, finance, petrochemical, oil and gas. We are seeing, let's call it the fifth industrial revolution, where agents is going to become part of our daily lives. So we're quite excited, about this event, and we're looking forward to seeing people on, I think it's the 31st of May. It's a Saturday.
That's amazing. Now, what makes this bootcamp unique from other, training events that you usually host, and how will the attendees benefit from participating?
Well, we've been running the Azure Bootcamp, and you can see it on the T-shirt. It says Azure Bootcamp 18. We've been running the Azure Bootcamp since 2018. And it's actually part of a larger global Azure initiative that was started, I think, in 2017. And it's run by the community, for the community. So there's no external influences by companies saying that this is a sales pitch or we have to drive a specific message because, companies are sponsoring this event. And we do not charge for entrance, or do we pay for speakers. It's all driven by the community giving of their time from a speaker perspective. All the money we raise through sponsors, because we do have sponsors for the event, goes into paying for the venue and also the food. And then we spend the rest of the money left over on, cool T-shirts, speaker gifts, delegate prizes. So it's always been, and it will always be, about the community, because we believe in uplifting not only people, but the communities that they come from.
And given the rapid evolution of cloud technology, how does Azure Bootcamp stay current and incorporate the latest trend in Azure, like AI, LOT, and serverless computing?
We are very fortunate in South Africa. It's a global thing as well, that we have a ton of industry experts in South Africa. They not only work for Microsoft, as in Microsoft staff, you'll see Microsoft speakers. We've got a bunch of Microsoft MVPs. We spend a lot of time working with Microsoft product groups and the engineering teams that are based out of Seattle. So working directly with the people at Microsoft that build the products that you and I work with on a daily basis, it means that we have exposure to technologies well before it actually gets into your hands, into the average end user's hands. And that's typically how we stay up to date, because we engage quite proactively with the larger Microsoft engineering teams around what's coming. They ask us for recommendations or our input on beta products, and we help shape the technologies that most users end up using every day. And that's how we stay ahead of the curve especially in South Africa.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And now this bootcamp promises, a hands-on experience. Can you describe the kinds of practical exercises and demos that attendees can expect and how these will enhance their learning?
So traditionally, or typically, when you look at these sessions, because there's usually 4 sessions per track, and on the day, you'll end up with about between 16 and 20 sessions being presented to attendees in various shapes and forms. And it typically covers a business or problem statement. I need to do this, and it causes that, and I want to get a better experience. So our speakers take these attendees on a journey on how to resolve that specific problem. Most of these sessions have live demos with content that attendees can take home, so you get the slide deck and whatever else. Some sessions also have labs and examples that are available for download from sites, templates and things like that, sample code that you can download from platforms like GitHub, Microsoft Learn, and there's quite a few other sources that the speakers typically share with all delegates that show up on the day.
And as an expert, what advice would you give to those who are new to Azure, also, or cloud technologies, in order to make the most out of their experience at the bootcamp?
We encourage participation. So speak to the speakers that are there, not only during the session. Typically they'll finish the session after 45 to 55 minutes. Wait and have a conversation with them afterwards. Get their thoughts and opinions on, a problem you might be having in your daily job or with the technology that you're trying to adopt or learn. Also, talk to the other people, the other delegates. There's going to be lunch, there's breaks in between these sessions. Have conversations with people around you, because that's really what we're all about, right? I mean, the Microsoft communities in South Africa, it's not only the Azure community. We embody the spirit of Ubuntu. I am who I am because of who we all are. And that's how we like to look at these multiple communities. It's not just the Azure community. And, it's about learning through sharing, have these conversations with people, and you'll be surprised how many people are there and they're on the same journey as you are when it comes to the technologies that they're trying to learn.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, thank you also for shedding light on the Azure Bootcamp South Africa 2025. Now, to wrap up, can you please provide the location of this event, the process for registering and attending, and any associated costs?
Sure, no problem. The easiest thing to do is to open up a browser and type in Azure Bootcamp, one word. So Azure, A-Z-U-R-E, bootcamp.co.za, and it'll take you to our website. You can scroll through the website. I think the first button says register for the event. It will take you to another page, and you can register for free. There is no cost to you attending this outside of you physically getting to Microsoft's head office in Johannesburg. It's in Bryanston. It's just off William Nicol. So if you take the William Nicol turn off from the N3, turn up, you go over the first set of robots, catch the second set of robots, catch a left. It's at, I think it's 1302 William Nicol Drive. You can't miss the Microsoft head office in Bryanston. Come along, it's free. Registration starts at 8. We are feeding you throughout the day. There's a ton of prizes to be won. I typically throw out T-shirts and caps because I like caps. I would typically throw that out to the crowd. We expect conservatively about 150 people. We've had over 300 people on the day. So join us. It's on the 31st of May. I think it's the 31st of May. It's a Saturday. Please come along and come spend some time with us. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on the day.
Thank you so much, Alistair, for giving us insight. But before I let you go, do you have any words of closing for the viewers right now that are watching?
Look, for those that are wanting to get into information technology or cloud technologies, there's a bunch of user groups. It doesn't only happen once or twice a year. It happens every month. So go out, look up other MVPs in South Africa. You can find me at Alistair Pugin on most of the platforms, and I could push you in a direction for a specific user group that you might be interested in, be it data platform, custom development, infrastructure, Microsoft 365. We're all here to help you out. And thanks for having me on. We look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday.
Thank you so much for joining us on PromLab. and for just providing us information on the bootcamp.
Magic. Go well.
Thank you. Viewers at home, that was an amazing interview that I just had with Alistair regarding the bootcamp that's coming up. Make sure that you do actually head out to, the website that he provided so that you can also be available and attend the event.